Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we are discussing the Python basics in this series, and we have discussed so far that how you can set up the lab, how you can uh, start with the Python, right? How you can install locally in your system, or how you can take the leverage of Jupyter's or maybe the other online stuff. And probably we have that discussed the operators, if, list, dictionary, and the inbuilt function and everything, right? So there uh, we if you haven't seen all these videos, right, so I would request go and please watch those videos, and then probably we'll start with the next. So in last class we have discussed the conditional expression and we have started the if condition, right? We have seen the if else, or if elif, right, the nested if, where we have discussed if the condition is true then it will be executed, if it is false then it will not be executed, right? And the indentation we have discussed, and we have closed our session with the help of that small program written with the if condition, where we were doing the calculating stuff, right? So in continuation of this, today we will discuss the for loop, right? What is for loop? For loop is just to where you want to iterate your operation towards each object in the given string. It could be string, it could be list, it could be dictionary, right? It could be set. So that stuff, if you want to iterate over everything, right? Then there it will help us the for loop, and you can operate if condition as well, right? Like you can integrate the if condition with the for loop as well, where you want to do some kind of operation against that particular object. So, right, so let's see what for loop will bring to the table. So, what I will do is I will go and start a new notebook, and then probably we'll start with the our for loop, right? So, for loop is just to where you just want to iterate over the objects. I will just write in simple, right? So, let's say I have one string, right? String will be like welcome to path for cloud. Okay. And I want to iterate over this. So what you can do is for letter in string, right? Now what I will do is print, I would say letter. Let's execute. You can see that, right? So we have that one string where we have some combination of characters. It is saying welcome to path for cloud, right? What I'm doing is I'm using a for loop where I'm just giving that one temporary variable, right? So that we can store that each object, because it will gonna iterate over from starting from here until the end. So when it is going from starting to end, somewhere it needs to store that particular character or object, right? So that it can print. So that's what we are doing. We are storing that each object in the letter, and then we are printing it. So here you can see it has printed everything, and you if you notice, you have seen that it is like it iterated over the white space as well. So welcome space to space path for cloud, right? So that is the way like you can do. If you want to do this stuff directly, right, you can do directly also. Like let's say for letter in, let's say I would say just only welcome, right? And then if you go want to print letter, you can see, right? You can pass that value as a variable, or if you want, you can pass that directly string, right? So that is way that you can do it. What if we pass the integer, right? For int in, let's say I would say 20. I don't think that we will can do this over the, you can see int object is not iterable, right? If you want to do this, what you can do, you can mark it as a string. Now you will be able to iterate, because now it is not integer, it is something that they call it string, right? So this way we can do, right? And we can do this over the other stuff as well. Like if you have the combination of courses, let's say for course in, okay, and I would say, let's say Azure, okay, let's say Python, let's say AWS, let's say what else? Jenkins, right? So you can pass whatever the number you want, and you can simply print your course. So what it will do, it will pre that because here what it is doing is we are not iterating over each. If you want to do this, you need to use something called uh, a nested loop, right? Where it will gonna print to each character. But here you can see we are doing this as a one string. So it will taking as a one word as a one string and then it is printing that particular stuff, right? So that's how that we can do it. Same way, if the same stuff in your list or maybe dictionary, right? It can print the same thing. Let's take an example. Let's say you have something student list, okay? And what I will do is I will just let's say Mayank, Yakshit, Amit, Tom, like that you can pass, right? So now I have student list, right? And if I want to iterate over this, right? So what I can do is I will go and say for students in, okay, where student list. And if I print my student, so now you can see that it is iterating over the list as well, right? So it is up to you, right? You can best past all these things, right? And if you want to use that like that string level, let's say I will take one dictionary. Okay, what I will do is let's say, and if you want to like do this stuff in all like that indexing value also you want to print, right? Let me take one example first and then I will explain it. So what I will do is I will take the student list again, fine, and I will start this and I will say we have let's say Mayank, okay, and I will print his age, that's fine. And let's say then next will be Yakshit. Let me print Yakshit as well, and I would say 6, and then I will print Amit, then I will say 36, okay. And let's say I have that one more is let's say Manu, okay, and I will print 32. Fine. Now I will close this and I have this list, right? So what I will do is let's say for uh, member, okay, for member in sto list, what, right? Or maybe you can see for name and age. I'm iterating over two object, right? Because we have two values in that particular given list, right? So what I will do is print name is I would say this because we can pass it as a string, right? And his and age is again I would say s, okay? Then what I will do is I will pass this value as what? I will pass this as a name and then I would say age. Let's see if it is working. Yeah, it is working. What it is saying, name is a Mayank and age is 10. How it is doing? What we are doing is we are storing these two different values in different two temporary objects, right? Temporary variable. You can see student list. So first it will gonna store the name and then it will gonna store the age, right? So what I am doing is name is a percentages from where I am passing this value from here to here and then age is this and from here age to this. So that's how it is getting printed, right? Within this, right, what we can do is we can put a condition as well, right? Let's say if I am taking the same loop again, but before printing, right, what I will do is I will just say if, okay, Let's say, I think let's try. Otherwise, we will do it on dictionary. Okay. If what we'll say, this stew list. Okay, stew list, and I would say this is something called. No, here probably we need to get some values, right? So here. Okay, this is not a good example. Let me do one thing. I will just take a new list. Okay, I will say course price. Okay, now I will start this, and I would say, let's say, first I would say Azure. Okay, then I would give the no, let's say I would give cloud, and I would say Azure. Okay, this is one, and then I would say fee, then I would say 2000. Okay, and let's say then I would say uh, that the course limitation, right? Like that how long the course will be gonna run. So duration we will take next is something called the duration, and I would say 3 months. Okay, and I will close this. Same way, if I take one more, let's say I copy this stuff, and I would say here, right? And I would say this, right? And I will close this. And let me do some changes here. So first one is Azure, that is fine. Next we will take the something called AWS, okay? And the fee will take, let's say, 3000, and duration will be 2 month, okay? And the last course we will take, let's say, GCP, and here we will, the course is the 2500, and duration, let's say, we will take as a 1.5 months here, and I will save this, okay? And here you go. So this is done. If you want to print CURS, and if you want to print, so let's see, COURS price. Okay, it's not this one. So let's see. So now you will have this value, right? So what we can do is, I would say, let's say for mm, data in, okay, and for data in, and I would say CORS price, okay. I am iterating over this, and I would say print data. Let's see if it is working or not, okay. It is printing, right? But before this, what I will do is I will wanna just print the course which is less than 2500. Okay, let's take this. So what I will do is I will say if COURS underscore price, right? Because we want to print the value, right? So here what I will say is if that value is 2500, okay, and I would say if it is more than, if it is less than, or let's say if course price is 2500 and we want to print only the which is less than 2500, right? So I would say if then I would print the fee, right? Because I want to like take the condition under the course fee dictionary. If the fee is less than 2500, okay, then what it will do is it will print the data. Okay, there is something wrong. List in game must be integer or slice, not string. What is the problem here? Let me see. Okay, what I need to do is I need to print the data. Okay, for data in this, if this one, so print will be COURS price. Okay, still it is not accepting. List index must be integer or slice, not string. So where we are doing the wrong thing, because we have this cloud is Azure fee is 2000, okay, because it is integer only, and the duration we are printing it as a string only. So that is fine. It looks me good. And here it is saying for data in course price, and it is printing that stuff, right? But when we are putting the condition, it is failing. So what we can do is if course price, and we are checking the value of the fee. If it is less than or equal to 2500, then print the course price. Yeah, for me it looks good, but I think we need to do this right here. It is the problem. Data, and we need to do this. Yeah, because here we are not passing that value. So now you can see it is printing. If I remove this, and then it will gonna print only the Azure, right? We are storing everything here, right? But here it was not getting anything, so that was the reason it was throwing error. But here you can see now what we can do is if we have this data in this, like we have everything there. Now we are saying, okay, in this, if we have something called key is fee, and if that key value is less than 2500, then only print this. So here you can see that it is getting printed, right? So that's how that we can take this as a with the something called this if value if condition we can plug in this, right? Stuff in our for loop, right? So I will try to bring some more example on this in next video. Till then, you can have this and you can grab all this information. So we'll meet you in next, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.